Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, we finished up getting the infinite water, which is sitting over there, and we were working on both this and AE. So in order to get into Applied Energistics, we've got to make a lot of this stuff, and it's taken forever, but we'll get there. And I figure in the meantime, let's start looking at some other stuff. First of all, we need... Actually, I could probably do... Let's see, that is getting close to being done, so let's break that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the transfer node on him and put the lava in there, so that we can get the last of these skystone blocks that we're going to need for the controller. Now, between episodes, as you can see from down below, I've been cleaning up the base a lot. All of that is gone, and I've been making a bunch of drawers, including a couple that I wasn't planning on at first. The titanium aluminide. This stuff is something that we get from sifting, sorta. We get the dust, and as far as I could tell, there's not any uses other than making into the ingots, so that's what I did. And we have a drawer of that now. So lots of drawers, still need to do more, and there's still some more stuff to do with the sifting, but I don't really feel like doing it right now. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to start preparing for something a little bit more challenging. Alright, with that taken care of, we can go ahead and get this like so again, and eventually this is going to be moved, so it doesn't really matter too much. I don't know what was there. It looks like, oh, I just moved this. That's what I did. Alright, so we do that, and then that should be making more obsidian, and we're just gonna fill up most of this. Let's get like 2 stacks. That should be, let's get 3. That should be enough. And that's going to take forever to do, so we're going to work on other things in the meantime. So one thing we can do is we can go ahead and throw all of this stuff into a pool of water. Now, I had a sandstorm, so we can't do anything over here with that. I got rid of the little pool there because it got filled in. So we just throw this stuff in here, and this should work. Yep, there we go. There is a bunch of Fluix crystals. So there is a stack of Fluix. Now, what all does it want us to get? So 6 Fluix crystals we already have, but we need to get one of each of the pure. Now, there's something we could do to make that a little bit faster, and that is if we grab a Crystal Growth Accelerator. Now, this isn't terrible to make. Requires a little bit of glass and some Certus quartz dust. That's easy enough. Blocks of Fluix crystals, and then glass cables, which is just more glass and Certus quartz dust. So I think we could do that, but the problem is we'd also need to make the energy acceptor, or a controller. Well, the controller requires the pure Fluix crystals, so we can't do that. That is out of the question until we can get access to those. So I don't know if we want to go ahead and make the stuff or not, the Crystal Growth Accelerators or not. It would speed things up, definitely, but how close are we? 30%. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and do that. I believe one of the next quests as well is to make the energy acceptor, so we might as well. And hopefully it's not too bad to make. But we do need to grab, let's grab like a stack of sand, and we'll get that cooking up. So we have the skystone blocks. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4 Fluix blocks. We're going to need 16 iron, so let's just grab a stack of iron. We have plenty of that now, which is really nice. And we're going to need a bunch of Certus quartz, dust, and then glass. So can we make some crystal growth accelerators? So there's 4. We need 2 for each. So that is enough of that. And then once we get some more glass, which there we go, we should be able to make the cables. So those are easy enough to make. And there is a bunch of cables, so can we make the crystal growth accelerators? We certainly can. Alright, so the way these work, let's go ahead and pick up the water and put all of this back. We can make more than the ones we have, but for now, we're not going to worry about it. And we're going to put the water here. And what we'll want is something like this. And actually we'll want this to be sideways, fill in the sand, and we will put the glass cables like so. And this will just speed things up. Now there's one last thing that we're gonna really have to deal with, and we'll get to that relatively soon. So can we fall into that? Slightly, but not really. Alright, so let's throw these guys back in here. And what we need to do now is get an energy acceptor. So crystal growth accelerators we can go ahead and cancel out. We need an energy acceptor. Now this is a lesser form of the controller, which just basically allows us to put energy into the AE system. So we're just going to need a little bit more glass. And something like that, I think. And then we just need some iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's kind of whatever, actually. Quartz glass is used for a lot of stuff, including the storage housings, which is required to make any sort of storage cell. So having the extra glass is not a problem at all. So let's go ahead and make this energy acceptor. And we'll just put him right here. And that doesn't work. So we need to move him to be like right here. And then we just need a cable to move across, and we can get energy into them and everything will be good. Now I want to eventually have enough drawers of these types to have all the metals and probably the flux crystals as well, but these drawers are going to be used for anything that's not, and some of this stuff will not be into the A system like this. It will just be placed into the system manually in the storage disks. So that's just something we'll deal with later. I accidentally grabbed all of the seeds. So this will go much, much faster once we get it hooked up to power, and we have plenty of power, so that's not too much of a concern. I just have to find enhanced energy cables. And something else is once we get through making this, we can set up some auto crafting and actually make a ton of power. So that should go a lot faster, and that should complete the quest. I'm going to put all this stuff down here, and we can start looking at the next problem once this is done. So once we get all of these, it's going to let us choose what reward. We'll probably just take the flux crystals, because those are honestly probably the best. But we'll come back to that in just a moment. So the next problem is the Inscriber Presses. So there's no way to get these, except that I have a feeling that they are out in the world. So we need to go upstairs if we want to look at this. So journey maps. Can I get out of cave mode, please? Alright, that's better. So why is it doing this? It's day. Okay. So way over here, there is a bunch of meteorites and a large meteor, and we discovered that there's a lot of spawners in there, and that's something that we're gonna go try to take on. I have a suspicion that is where the presses are. Now we could make all of the different calculation circuits and all that kind of stuff with silicon and advanced circuits, but that's a little annoying and a little expensive. Printed silicon is nice and easy, but I'd rather do it with the inscribers. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to kind of re-equip a little bit to go do that relatively soon. Something else I wanted to look at real quick is the garden cloche. This is an immersive engineering thing, and this thing is super cheap. And it's also incredibly powerful. So why don't we make a couple of those? This will make farming anything a lot quicker and a lot easier. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think we're going to make those today, but because there's not really anything that we absolutely need at this point. But if we find out that, hey, we need to, like, I don't know, make mushrooms, for example, we can. That's the really nice thing about it. So these look all completed. Yep. And now we can just break this and not worry about it. So there is a quest completed in Technological Revolution. I'm going to take the flux crystals and we're going to claim it. So now we need crafting. Oh, I already made an energy acceptor and a vibration chamber. That is a thing that does a thing. Basic AAE. That will give us a lifeblood crystal, which would be nice. I don't know how else you're supposed to get those. But we already made an energy acceptor. Are these used for anything? Vibration chamber. Okay. 7. Let's go ahead and make that. And do I have... I don't have any cobblestone. Let's go grab some cobblestone. And actually, you know what? We can make another of these guys pretty easily. I believe it's just 4 iron that we'll need. So, and I put the glass away. We're going to keep all of the pure stuff in there. So, forgot I took it off of that. So there is that. Did it detect it this time? Yes. Alright, and then the vibration chamber, we just need to go grab some cobblestone, and that will be easy enough to make. I don't actually know what the vibration chamber does. I believe what it is a power source for applied energistics, but I've never actually used it. So that tells you about how useful I think it is. But there we go, the vibration chamber. Or we can get some pure Certus quartz and loot chests. And that's all that we can do from that direction. So let's open the loot chest. We get some netherrack, and that's not terrible. Not great, but it's not terrible. This can make the fluid vibration chamber. And like I said, I don't really know what these are used for. I believe they're a power source. Yeah, you can put coal or whatever in there, and it'll make power. So the thing that I want to work on now is let's take a look at let's make some better armor. And the thing is okay, here's the issue. Let's get rid of all this. We'll worry about that stuff later. So the issue is going to be this. There is probably going to be blazes, and we need to deal with blazes. So let's look at chest plates that we have available to us. Flux infused chest plates. These things are very powerful. But it doesn't look like we can do too much until we get a metal press, which I think is within our reach. But electrum, pyrotheum dust, that is all pretty much doable. But I don't know that we want to do it right now. So Faraday, aluminum, huh? I didn't know that was a thing. We could make dark steel armor, dark solarium jet plate. I don't know if dark solarium can actually make anything else. No, just the jet plate. But we could make dark steel armor. That's not a terrible request. So let's do that. Dark steel armor is pretty good, and all it really takes is obsidian. So we need 24 obsidian. I think we can handle that. We have the Ender, which is a good sword. How good is ours? Empowered 3. Not too bad. We could get Empowered 4, but that would require a capacitor. And we are burning up, because this is out of power. So let's fix that. Let's also charge that up. And that guy is just fine. So, there we go. And then this will, and then that should cool us off here in a second. So we're gonna need 24 iron and 24 coal dust. So I'm gonna turn this to alloys only. And then we just need some coal dust. Do we have any already? That is something I'm not entirely sure. So let's go find out. And pretty much the plan would be we'll go over to the... Oh, hey, we already had some skystone. Oh, that's right, because I took it from the one area. Do we have any coal dust? I think it'd be in here if we did, but I don't think we do. That's fine. So what we're gonna do... Ooh, chest that I can use to make more drawers. Alright, so we just need to basically kill some coal. And let's take the flux crystals. Take these guys down here. And about 24 coal will be enough. We don't have any coal. That's a problem. We haven't been sifting gravel, so that's why we don't have any coal. How to fix that? Don't we have a little bit of coal in... No? Okay. We have any coal dust in here? Nope. Can't we also use coal dust, crushed coal? It's got to be coal. So, what to do with that? Because we don't actually have any coal, so we need to start crushing down some of this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw a stack of cobblestone in each of these. That will give us gravel, and that's not going to go anywhere because it can't, so it's just going to sit in there, and we can get some coal from that. Now, I guess what we could do is let's go ahead and sleep, and we'll go do some scouting. I do have bronze armor, which isn't bad. We can leave a lot of the stuff we don't want to lose here, like this. The drawer key, that can stay. These guys can all stay. Actually, most of the stuff could stay. We'll need the slime sling. And food, torches. That's about it. So let's grab our other armor. And we need to head that direction. So we have slime boots. We shouldn't take fall damage. I have no idea why. One, those zombies love that, like, 1x1 hole. But I have no idea why, like, we weren't bouncing before. I really have no idea. So it's fixed now. Doesn't really matter. Just keep heading east and hit all the cactuses. So we have a bit of food. I'm not too worried about that kind of stuff. Heat was always the issue before, and heat is no longer an issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do a little bit of a scouting mission, see what we can find out about the meteors, and see if maybe going into one of the smaller ones would be a good idea. And there's a battle tower. Don't really care about those. I know in one version of that mod there was a really big monster at the top that kind of destroyed the battle tower after you got there. I almost wonder if that's a thing, because it was to prevent you from just pillaring up on the side. Maybe when we get a jetpack, we'll just take one of those on just to see if we can get to the very top. I don't know if it'd be useful or not, but it would be something. So we are getting close now. Alright, so bunch of meteors. Some glass, which is cool. And I know there's a ton of spawners here. Now there's a lot of these smaller meteors. I wonder if they have anything inside. So let's find out. Bounce to one of these and see if these guys have the chest inside. Sorta. Not what I expected. I don't have my axe, so we're going to leave that open. But we can at least take some of the stuff. What is... Are those bone blocks? Those might be bone blocks. I would not be surprised if there's traps in some of these. This one seems empty. Yeah, this one seems empty. Yes, there's probably traps. That's why I dig myself into a hole. That's a smart idea. Alright, so there's some more over here. I kind of want to stay away from the big one, because as you can see, even on the outside, there are spawners. And spawners aren't fun, usually. So there's this guy right here. There's actually like 2 or 3 right here. So let's just dig down. Spawner. Hey, how'd I know? Now here's the question, because that looks like an opening. Is there anything else in this? So far nothing is spawning, which is good, because it's day. And I don't think things can actively spawn on this. Like, I just realized we have the engineering processor we're going to need. So, we should be smart about this and get out, but at the same time, I want to see what we can find. We need to find the presses more than anything else. So, let's just come over here. What are you? Bone blocks. There's skeletons here. So bone blocks are just a lot of bone meal. Not necessarily something we need. We get plenty of bone meal from our sifting, but at the same time, I'm not going to say no if it's easy enough to pick up. What's here? Anything? Chest. Alright, this is a good sign. Hey, there's our first press. Calculator press. Okay, that is good. Let's be greedy and take the chest. And any more nearby? It looks like there's one over here. This one looks interesting. It's because it's kind of by itself. I want to take a look at it and see. This might be a trap though, or it's solid. It looks solid. Okay. Well, we have one of the presses now, so that was a nice little recon. There is a lot of smaller meteorites, and honestly, the big one is the one we need to go after, and that is what's going to require us to get the coal powder, to get the dark steel armor, because that stuff is really good. Now, what I want to kind of do... Can we get to that spawner and break it? Alright, so we can break some of these spawners pretty much immediately. And I kind of want... I want to look. There is a lot of stuff in here, and he came out of somewhere. So they can come out right here. So that seems to be an entrance, and let's get out of here. That looks almost like a trap. Alright, let's get out of here. And I will say, for a first little mission, it was successful. And we'll come back to try to get more of the Inscriber Presses relatively soon. We need to make the dark steel armor, but honestly what we have with us now is enough to get started. So we can at least make the AE chest and continue with the quest line, and then make the controller, which will pretty much just let us start into AE. We're going to make the 1K storage cell, and then relatively soon we're just going to completely reuse that for something else, something better. So we are not too much farther away from home. Here soon we should be seeing our zombie friends that are stuck in a hole. I find that so funny, and it's one of the weird quirks about like the enemy AI and the pathing and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know why, but those guys just really like going into that one wide hole. And they just get stuck there, and then they yell at me whenever they see me, which is really funny. But let's just... Okay, there's the destruction that we caused coming in. So yeah, there's like... I don't even know how many guys there are here. And I wonder if the placeable sand is what's causing it. Yeah, there's a lot of these guys. But let's kill them. And a lot of gold armor, guys. Alright, so potato, cool. The garden cloche, by the way, will allow us to make things like potatoes and carrots as much as we want. We don't have to worry about seasons or anything like that. So we might work on that a little bit next time. I just don't know what to grow at this point. And he's still stuck in the hole. Alright, well, we are back to base, so let's see what kind of quest we can get finished on this episode, and then we'll go from there. So, what all do we get? We have sand, broken spawners, guystone dust. I'll take that downstairs. Let's see, that is 4, 3, and... See, I don't need the... Actually, we'll keep that on us. Yet a wrench. That goes there. I had shears on me for some reason, I guess. What was the last thing I had on me? Probably... I don't know. Keep sand on us. So, broken spawner, nether quartz pickaxe, redstone card... Not really that important to me. and then a bunch of AE stuff. So that's what we're gonna go take a look at. I don't know how bad it is to make the ME chest, but we'll find out relatively soon. So let's just put all that stuff in there. All these seeds that I don't really care about right now. The chest. And let's look up ME chest. So this guy is a little bit more complicated than I'm ready to do. Yeah, it requires logic processors, which we do not have access to yet with the Inscriber Press that we have. So we're going to wait on that. We could make the storage housing. So the 1K storage is just 3 redstone and 3 iron. And there we go. So that at least is the first part of that quest. And this is going to give us a lifeblood crystal, which is really nice. More health. And we just need to make the ME chest, which, like I said, we're not quite ready to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop that out. And we'll use it later for more stuff. So, plan... Oh, no, don't do that. No, don't. Stop. I don't want... Why did it... Oh, that's why. Okay, so we didn't get much gravel. Stop it. So yeah, that was not a good play. But oh well. What happened was the hammers got rid of the got tired of hammering the gravel and then started working on turning the gravel into sand, which is not what I wanted. I do have some compressed gravel, so I'm going to work on getting some more coal so that we can get the coal dust that we need so that we can make the dark steel armor. And next episode we are going to try to take on that scary meteor to try to find more presses so that we can get into applied energistics a little bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!